ladies, and welcome. I'm Michelle Marchant Johnson with Love Life Coaching, and today I'm here to help you be that woman of high value that attracts your high quality man. Now, for those of you that have been following my work for a while, you probably know that one of the key tenets and a foundational piece of my work that I'm really passionate about is that each woman out there knows her own intrinsic value. And that's why I say show up as a woman of high value. But I want to go into a little bit more detail about what that really means. So bear with me for a moment for just a little analogy. So let's imagine that this ring right here is a priceless, perfect, beautiful, sparkling diamond worth untold numbers of thousands of dollars. It's a very rare and beautiful piece. Now let's just say that a certain man or men come along and they see this beautiful sparkling diamond, but for whatever reason it doesn't really impress them, or it doesn't really draw them in, or they don't necessarily see its value. Does that change the value of this ring? I would say that it does not. It does not suddenly turn this valuable diamond ring into a piece of glass or into a cubic zirconia. The diamond ring still retains its own intrinsic value, whether or not any certain individual, in this case a man, happens to see it that way or not. And I would propose that this is similar to what I'm wanting to convey in terms of your own value. So when I say that you're a woman of high value, it means that you know your own intrinsic value. You know who you are, you know what you're worth, and that is not dependent upon anything that is or isn't happening with any man out there. And I feel like this is really, really important. And some of the keys to this is that you're clear about who you are and you know what your values, your standards, your boundaries, and how you want to be treated are played out in terms of a relationship. You have clarity about that, and you have loyalty first and foremost to yourself. So in other words, these boundaries, standards, values do not collapse in the face of a man that you really like. They do not collapse in the face of a situation where a man perhaps doesn't value you or see your intrinsic value or beauty like the diamond, because you are centered in knowing who you are, and you know that there are men out there who will see your beauty, your radiance, your magnificence, and your value, and will treat you that way. But unless you know the value of yourself and what you have to offer, then what can happen in the face of opposition from having someone that doesn't treat you that well, or in the face of having someone that you really are attracted to or that you really like, some of those things can collapse. And so this is a big part of what I mean about being a woman of high value, and I feel like this is such an important piece for all women to understand. So in other words, being true to yourself, your standards, your values, your belief about your own value is more important than how you feel about a particular guy. So in other words, your actions and decisions are not going to be based so much on how you feel about a guy. They're going to be based more about how you feel around a guy, with a guy, and how he treats you. And there are three big keys that I want to mention along these lines that I think can really be helpful to keep in mind. The first one is that you, as a woman of high value, can expect to be respected, because you respect yourself, because you know who you are, you know your own value, you expect to be respected. And so as a result of that, that leads to tip number 2, you have a very low tolerance for bad behavior. Now, I'm not talking about perfection here, and I'm not talking about having unrealistic or impossible standards in terms of qualities or characteristics for a man, although I do think you should have high standards. But what I'm really talking about here even more is how a man shows up on a consistent basis and how he treats you and how you feel around him. Like, does your self-esteem and your self-confidence soar? Do you feel lifted and positive and come away from your interactions with him feeling even more confident and even more certain about your own value? In other words, it validates what you already know and believe, rather than coming away from interactions with a man feeling diminished or confused or feeling like he just doesn't really value or see you for who you are. And then the third piece, and this is really key, is that if a man does not recognize your value, he doesn't see your own intrinsic value, your beauty, your radiance, your magnificence, and recognize who you are, you have the ability to walk away. You have to be willing to walk away from those kind of men and those kind of relationships. Because if you don't, then you will begin to feel like a diamond whose radiance is diminishing. It'll be like it's covered up with dirt, or it will be like it can't shine. You can't shine. You can't be that radiant, beautiful version of yourself that you want to be in the world. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about this concept of being a woman of high value, because over the next few weeks, I'm going to be sharing with you some really important key tenets of the work that I do with my clients, and some key pieces that I think are really foundational to help you to move forward from being single and perhaps alone to being with the man of your dreams, to being with your own Mr. Right. And I have a step-by-step process and a proprietary system that I'm going to be teaching you about over the next few weeks, which will be leading in to a brand new program that I have that I'm so thrilled and excited about sharing with you. It's something that I've been working on for over a year and building behind the scenes, and I believe it can offer incredible support, incredible value at a investment that will be affordable for so many out there who might want to go deeper with this. So it's going to be something I'll be sharing more about with you over the next few weeks. And I just wanted to start today, though, with this foundational piece of going a little bit deeper about what it really means to be a woman of high value. You already are one, and so hold yourself that way. Show up in your interactions with men that way. Have the confidence and clarity to speak the truth and let someone know what does or doesn't work for you in a nice way. And if that doesn't work for them, you have to be willing to walk away. That's a really big key, because you have to be true to yourself and what's right for you, and holding that value no matter what is or isn't happening with any one man at any given time. I'm cheering you on, sending you love and blessings, and I can't wait to share more with you. So watch your email inbox. Be sure to comment and click the like button below this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have so many amazing things coming your way. Lots of love, ladies. Bye-bye for now.